Okay, my first video recording. So this one is going to be the second version of Lanterns for Rapunzel. This is not this painting, but it's very similar. So this is a diptych, and the painting I'm doing is also a diptych, but it's going to be vertical. So the brushes you're going to need are the large flat brush and the medium flat brush. That's it. The colors are black, ultra blue, orange if you want it, purple, and ignore that yellow. We want chrome yellow and white. All right, so we're gonna start by drawing the lanterns. I've already done this on here. They're set out, and as a teacher, I'd recommend you draw them first. I know you can't see them on here, but I will draw them to show the general shape. It's basically a paper bag that's rounded at the bottom. So you're gonna have two lines. You wanna make it square on the top and rounded on the bottom. And then you'll have a line down the middle. That's your lantern shape. It's very simple. That was the water behind it. Now the other way you can draw a lantern is if you're looking from underneath, and you'll have the same shape, except it's going to be rounded to see the inside, as if it was tilted back. So your light would be in here, and you would show it coming up. Okay, pretty simple. So the other thing I drew in was a horizon line. I've got my water, and then I've got a few mountains in the background just for extra. You don't have to add that part. So the first thing we're going to do is, using our large flat brush, we're going to paint in the black background. And you're going to go around all of your lanterns and landscapes, so only paint the sky. So when you get to a lantern shape, you can use that flat edge to get nice and crisp lines. Hopefully you can see my lantern shape there. I'm going to keep painting, filling in. Tell them that they can also paint the edges of your canvas at this point. Coming up on another lantern. This one's going to be a little bit smaller. And if your shapes are not perfect, you can always edit them later with your paint. Here's my second lantern shape. And when you're painting this black background, you want to fill it in pretty thick and completely, but you want the paint to dry really fast. So when you tell them to paint it on really solid, but not really thick. So get a good layer so you don't see any canvas. And then whenever you've painted the whole thing, you can take your brush when it's dry and just run it over the background to pick up any extra globs. And again, this is just straight black. As you can see, I've got my mountain shape forming down here. I'm going to come up to my peak and down. flat edge of your brush so that you can get in nice clean lines where you want them. And then I have one large lantern here in front. So I'm going to paint that. I'm going to go ahead and go to the other side. The key to making this a diptych is to draw some of your lanterns overlapping the canvases so that they can paint them together and hang them together. So I have a second one here. I'm going to take some teamwork, and it's crossing that gap between the two canvases. Alright, so I think you guys get the idea. I'm going to finish painting this in and pick up the video here in a sec.